Good morning, Falcons. Happy Friday. It is Principal Neal here with your weekly announcements. First of all, congratulations to Mrs. Ballard and all of our dancers for a wonderful winter dance performance. It was awesome. Please remember, we do not have school on Monday. Monday is a holiday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day to recognize the amazing impact that he had on all of us. Once we get back on Tuesday, we begin interim testing next week. We have the science interim on Tuesday, language arts on Wednesday, and math interim on Thursday. There will be adjusted schedules for that because we want to ensure we model the full testing experience. So when we get to EOG time in the spring, you know exactly what to do, and we are all ready to show everything that you have learned this year. The interims that we are giving this year are a very important opportunity for you to show the growth that you have made. Your teachers will be looking back and comparing your performance on the last interim to this one, so please take it seriously. Make sure that you are putting forth your best effort because we use that information to tell us what to teach. And we want to make sure if we need to go back and review something, we will. If we don't need to, or if you already have learned something, we don't want to waste your time either. So it's very important to do your best on those tests. We also have CTE exams. If you are in an elective CTE course, you would have received information about that. So those will take place during your electives next week as well. And on Wednesday is the chorus performance. So looking forward to Ms. Mobley and her students showing off their talents there. We also have a home basketball game on Thursday, a reminder about expectations for spectators. Please make sure that you communicate with your homeroom teachers to get your wristband early in the day. That should have your name on it, the date on it, and be signed by your teacher. And so that is telling us you've met the criteria, that you're passing your classes, you have a signed spectator contract on file, and you have not had ISS or OSS. So don't even ask if you are not meeting that criteria, but it's a good motivation to make sure we bring up our grades and we're ready to go, because Friday is also the last day of second quarter / first semester. So those report cards will be coming out soon. If you have any outstanding assignments, missing work, etc., please make sure you turn that into your teachers. Their grades will be due right after the end of the quarter next week, so there is no additional time for that. Next week, staff birthdays include Mr. Powell next Tuesday, Mr. Dillard and Officer Williams next Thursday, and Mrs. Kaplan the following Saturday. So not tomorrow, but the following Saturday. So please, when you see them next week, wish them the happiest of birthdays. Also, 2 notes about attire. The first is, as you have experienced, we continue to have changing temperatures. It's freezing cold one day, and then it feels like it's spring the next day, and sometimes that happens all in one day. So please make sure that you are dressing in layers. By that mean that you have a top on and then a sweatshirt and then maybe a jacket. So as different classrooms, different spaces are hot and cold over the course of the day, you can remain comfortable and stay focused on learning. Second, very important thing regarding attire is that our school leadership team is creating a leadership dress code that will be implemented next school year in the 2018-2019 school year. We are adding our leadership magnet. Everybody across our school is going to benefit from an amazing leadership program to challenge you to make sure you are ready to impact the community around us now and into the future. And so with that, we know that we need to dress for success in the work that we do. When I was growing up, my parents used to always tell me, school is your job right now, right? My mom went to work, my dad went to work, and I went to school, and that was my job. And so there were certain things that I needed to do at school to be ready for my job of learning that were different than what I needed to do on the weekends or in the evenings when I was at home. And one of those was to dress a certain way. And as many of you have experienced, when you put on different attire, different clothes, sometimes it leads you to feel a different way, right? When I get dressed up to to go to a friend's wedding or something like that, I carry myself in a certain way because I'm really dressed and ready for that event. And so we want to make sure that we are dressing as leaders ready to engage in our job of school when we come to Quail Hollow. So starting next year, there will be an updated dress code, and we want your input on that. So there is a follow-up survey. There's a survey for students to take for 6th graders and 7th graders, because 8th graders, you're going to be in high school next year. And there's also a survey that will come out on Tuesday in the notes from Neil to our faculty and staff to get input on that leadership dress code. So please make sure you provide that. We want your voice to be heard. We want to make our school work for you. Last but not least, again, Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so, of course, I need to share a quote from MLK. Dr. King was amazing and had a huge impact on us, but one quote that felt particularly relevant is as follows. We have before us the glorious opportunity to inject a new dimension of love into the veins of our civilization. And so I challenge all of us as we show that we are on the path to college to bring that thoughtfulness, to bring that love to all that we do, to show the world the impact that we can have through caring for all of those around us. And of course, then that comes back to us as we get to experience that kindness, love, and joy as well. So with that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and please continue on with the morning motto and your survey.